Hello, everyone. I will be presenting on The Namesake by Jupa Lahiri. The Namesake explores themes of identity, family, and an immigrant experience. Though Gogol Ganguly's perspective and the complications of living in a Bengali family as an American life, Lahiri examines the meaning of growing up in a household with two different worlds. The novel starts with the birth of Gogol Ganguly, the son of Ashok and Ashima, Bengali immigrants who came to America. His parents name him Gogol after the famous Russian author Nikolai Gogol, a name that is deeply meaningful to his father, but is one that Gogol himself struggles with throughout his life. From the start, we see how the family's traditional values clash with American culture. Ashok and Ashima have left behind with familiar in India to create a new life in the US, but they remain connected to their heritage and are determined to instill that in their child. As Gogol grows up, he faces the challenges of being an outsider. At school, he is teased for his unusual name, and he starts to feel disconnected from both his Bengali roots and his American peers. He longs to fit in, and a lot of his identity struggles stem from the tension between his family's culture and the American society he grew up in. Gogol eventually decides to change his name legally, opting for a more common one, Nikhil, in an effort to shed the burden of his name he doesn't connect with. This marks the first step in his attempt to separate himself from his past and embrace a new identity, but it doesn't bring the peace he expects. Throughout the novel, Gogol's personal and professional life are filled with moments of self-doubt and confusion as he tries to reconcile his desire to belong with the demands of his heritage. The novel also explores relationships, particularly with his parents. As he grew up older, he becomes more independent, going to college and moving to New York. Eventually, Gogol marries a woman named Mushmi, a fellow Bengali immigrant. However, their marriage unreveals due to the combination of culture differences, misunderstandings, and personal insecurities. This failure deepens Gogol's sense of loss, making him confront the realities of his identity in a more profound way. One of the more central themes of The Namesake is the idea of identity and belonging. The novel asks, what does it mean to belong somewhere? Gogol never feels fully American, but at the same time his Bengali heritage becomes a source of tension as he tries to navigate his life in America. Lahiri beautifully captures the sense of becoming caught between two words, never quite fully part of either. One of the more central themes of The Namesake is the idea of identity and belonging. The novel asks, what does it mean to belong somewhere? Gogol never feels fully American, but at the same time his Bengali heritage becomes a source of tension as he tries to navigate his life in America. Lahiri beautifully captures the sense of becoming caught between two words, never quite fully part of either. Another major theme is the immigrant experience. Ashok and Ashima, Gogol's parents, have a strong sense of their Bengali identity because they must adapt to a new country and its customs. Through a story, Lahiri shows sacrifice immigrants make, the sense of nostalgia they carry and the challenges they face in building a new life while holding on to the past. Family also plays a huge role in the story. Ashoka and Ashima love their son is unquestionable, even as they struggle to understand the choices he makes. In contrast, Goggle's relationship with his parents is complex, filled with misunderstandings and the moments of alliteration, but though their shared experience, he fully ultimately begins to understand his parents in a way he hadn't before. In the end of the namesake is a pungent reflection on the experience of growing up as an immigrant in America and the challenges of forming an identity when torn between two cultures. Its exploration of who names, family, and tradition shape who you are. As Goggle matures, he learns to embrace his heritage. He begins to understand that his name, like his identity, is something he can redefine, not by rejecting his past, but by accepting it as a part of who he is. Thanks for listening to my report about the namesake.